Yeah, Colorado. Let's see, Colorado.
This
Virginia.
is retired U.S. Army Major Rudy Recile. He's about to go on live with me on KAHI Radio, AM and FM. I met him this past Saturday night at a Yolo County Republican thing, and he got up and spoke for a little. I go, oh, dude, you're awesome. I got to get you on the show. Here he is.
And I'm here. Hi.
You're just in time. You're just in time.
Or visit online at granitewellness.org.
Let's finish the protein bar. Hold on. Gotta start my little music. Here we go. You ready? You ready, Rudy?
I'm ready.
Don't get nervous.
Nah, I'm not going to get nervous.
Don't pee on anything.
Hey, look, I was a combat officer. You don't get nervous. You just do.
Here we go. Hey, it's 5:33. Coming up in about 13 minutes, Bill O'Reilly's going to be right here on this fine radio station, the mighty KAHI. 104.5 FM, AM 950, the voice of the Foothills. I'm Charlie Simons. Sitting right here in studio with me, ladies and gentlemen, running for 3rd District, U.S. Congress, Rudy Recile. Give it up.
Hey, how you doing, Charlie? I'm glad to be here. This is a great place. I love the studio.
You really do?
I think it's awesome. I like the analog and the digital combination.
You like it old school, do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
For
Old school's
anybody
the best school.
If you're watching on my Facebook page right now, I'm live with Rudy. And so you can see what's behind us on the wall here. Yes, those are real CDs. And yes, right here in front of me are real CD players. Yep, this is old school. And frankly, I love it. I'm having the best time at this radio station. I just love it. My first time ever doing talk radio, really. By myself like this. Yeah, and so far it's been I've just been a dismal failure, but that's okay. They still checks keep clearing. I still have a good time when I show up. I look forward to it every day, and I get to meet guys like you, Rudy.
Yeah. I half expected to see Les Nessman in the bullpen over there when I walked in, just waiting for him to open up his imaginary door.
We do have a couple of Herb Tarlicks here.
There you go. There you go.
So let me first of all lay a little groundwork. Tell me about yourself. First of all, I have immense respect and hoo-ah because you're made it to major in the United States Army and combat veteran. And
not necessarily combat veteran. I served in Korea, and the Veterans of Foreign Wars count Korea as a war that has not stopped yet.
Okay.
Because they only stopped in place, so they signed an armistice.
Were you at the DMZ?
You know? Yeah, I've been to the DMZ.
Really?
I've flown the peninsula from north to south, all the way down to Busan. I've been all over that peninsula. I was fortunate enough to fly up to the DMZ and actually go to the different listening outposts out there and to see their different mirrors that they have up there and to look into North Korea.
Cameras everywhere, aren't there?
Oh, yeah, there's cameras everywhere. I brought in a whole flight of aircraft in there because we had visiting dignitaries from the National Guard, from the 49th Division down in Texas, and the generals that came up, because that was their wartime, location. I don't know if it still is. I mean, this is years ago. But I got a chance to get up to the listening post and see and look into North Korea, and then bring it, and not just at the joint security area, but this is like further, I guess you say further east along the mountain ranges, and just looking out over there, it was bizarre.
So you do get to join the VFW then, though?
Yes.
Officially.
Yes.
So there you go. Hey,
yeah,
that's
because
good.
I don't want to misrepresent, so I'm not a combat dude, but I was in Korea, so, but I was a combat line officer. I was 11 Bravo, or 11 Alpha infantry. I started off 19 Alpha, which was a tanker, so I was in the M1s. I started out in the M60s.
Dang.
Yeah, M60 tanks, and then I...
Dang, really?
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear fine. Although some frequencies I can't hear.
I'll
but
bet.
I transitioned from that into the M1s, and later on in my career, I went into logistics, and that's where I met a lot of folks. And logistics was really a really good learning place because I was able to become a project manager in logistics. And by being a project manager in logistics, one of the things that I did for Hurricane Katrina, so most people don't know this, is that when Hurricane Katrina hit, once it hit Louisiana, we had within 24 hours, and I was in the operations center for this. We were able to mobilize over 5,000 troops in 24 hours. And then we were pulling people off roofs and with the Coast Guard. I mean, immediately.
When you were allowed in.
Yeah.
There was a long time you were not even allowed in by the governor of the state of Louisiana.
Well, but we...
And the mayor, too, saying, stay out. We don't need you. We don't want you.
That's because the National Guard was already pulling people out.
It was crazy.
If it wasn't for the National Guard pulling people out and getting out there and doing the do, nothing would have happened.
Doing the do. I love it.
Exactly. And then within 72 hours, we had over 1,000 generators coming from like 20 different states in the local area.
Yeah.
And this is 7 days before.
There was water, by the way. Truckloads of water. They weren't even allowing you to bring into the city from across the bridge. They were keeping you from coming across.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
It was crazy. It was so. It was anything to make President Bush look bad and to make those clowns look good. And what it wound up doing was having the opposite effect. Thank God, because it was a train wreck.
Yeah. Well, the worst part about all that is that for the 7 days, we're pulling people off roofs and doing all this wonderful stuff with everybody. And then they decided to mobilize the 82nd Airplane Gang, or the 82nd Airborne Division. And guess who got all the credit? The 82nd Airplane Division. 82nd Airplane Gang, them guys. But, you know, my good friends, even on my Facebook Live, Jeff Leonard.
That happens.
Yeah, my good friends Jeff Leonard, Leo Baldonado, Chief Youngquist.
Chief CW5, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
And Sergeant Major Leonard. They were all working with me on that, and it was 24-hour ops for a very long time.
They're on your page right now. He's live on his page, and I'm live on mine. And so anybody wants to follow you on your congressional page, where do we find you? And how do you spell your name, but yet it's pronounced Recile?
Yeah, it's Rudy for Congress. Rudy Recile, R-E-C-I-L-E for Congress.
Good.
You can find me if you just Google me. You can find me. You can also find my website at rudyforuscongress.com. That's F-O-R Congress, uscongress.com.
That's good info to have.
And you can donate there too.
Thank you for getting that out right now. And donations are desperately needed.
Yeah, because I'm not Ross Perot. I'm not Michael Bloomberg. I'm shoestring budget. I'm getting a nickel and
you don't
dime.
have George Soros backing you?
No.
Shame.
Never have him.
I'll be darned.
You can't have him.
So Saturday night, it was a Yellow County GOP there gathering, and you were one of the guest speakers, and you said some things. Now, how many years were you in the Army?
I was in the Army 26 years. In the Army, I got in 1988 and retired in 2014.
Oh, right on.
And then I went from there into the USDA. It was weird because coming out of the military, it was like, what do I do now? You know, where am I going to find a job that is going to be satisfying?
That has tanks. Maybe a job that has tanks.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But I was lucky enough that I was able to parlay my project manager skills and, you know, being a logistician into, and data management into
U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, so I was
did that for a lot of years.
Yep.
So when did you get to the point to where you're like going, I'm going to run for Congress? That's it. I've had it.
Well, I kind of...
You're a native Californian, by the way? I forgot to ask.
I grew up in Chicago. I grew up in California was my last duty assignment.
Got it.
That was my last duty assignment.
And you wound up, hey, I like this weather. It's a whole lot cooler in the winter, or a whole lot warmer.
Exactly. I didn't want to shovel snow.
No.
That's the whole thing.
I
shoveled snow for 30 years in Chicago. I'm like, bag this. I'm not doing that.
Exactly.
But what happened was I started really paying attention about 2017, and fast forward to 2019, I was really into like listening to all the different radio pundits and all the guys online as they were telling me all this stuff. And so I started paying attention to the election. The thing that made me most mad about the election, besides all the shenanigans that took place, is mostly the Republicans. Okay?
So 2020, you're talking about?
Yeah, 2020. Yeah, because so we voted November 3rd, right? Mm-hmm. They had all that time, and all the stuff happened. All the shenanigans were happening, and they knew that it was happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the swing states, and we knew there were six states that were in play, right? Mm-hmm. Those legislators, they were out of session, right? The claim was they couldn't call them back into session. But out of the 6, 4 could have called themselves back into session. So why didn't they? Why didn't they call themselves back into session?
And start reining in this corruption and
exactly.
theft that was going on.
The Constitution allows for that, and that's the crazy part about it. The Constitution allows these stopgap measures.
Can I give you my theory on that?
Prevent that.
Can I give you my theory on that? I think that I don't know. I've never heard anyone else say this. I think that many Republicans like being in second place. They like being invited to all the parties. They like being the underdog. They like getting people to give to them because I'm going to go in there and fight for you, and I'm going to make this country right again. But the truth of the matter is there aren't many guys like Tom McClintock.
Yeah.
There aren't many guys like Jim Jordan. There aren't many guys like Trey Gowdy. Unfortunately, Gowdy quit.
Yeah, or
But
Tom Cotton.
Tom Cotton is a
Yeah,
great example.
exactly,
Aren't
yeah.
many people like that. Aren't many women. I mean, great women, too,
Mhm.
who are really strong in the
Yeah,
party
have you ever
now.
noticed that all the Republican women all look hot?
Oh, they're fantastic, aren't they?
All the Republican women
So
look hot.
true.
And then
Oh,
you look
so
on
true.
the opposite side, you got Dianne Feinstein, Nancy Pelosi. You know, and you're like, uh-oh. You know?
Yeah. So this is retired U.S. Army Major Rudy Recile, and he's running for the 3rd District Congress here in California. What is
Solano
that?
County.
In Solano County. What does that take? How did you... Did you put any in?
So what happened
homework
was...
on it, or did you just
Yeah.
go, I'm putting my name in?
No, a good friend of mine, Chris Bish, she's running in the 6th District in Sacramento. Sacramento County,
Love her.
right.
She's going to be here, in fact, Thursday.
Right. So I met her at another speaking engagement in Solano County, and I was just getting into politics, you know, heavy into politics at that time. And I was kind of like playing with the whole idea of running. And so I had the opportunity to meet with her and talk with her. And I did a little kind of like, I guess what they call it is an exploratory group. So I got a chance to speak to the Solano County Republicans. And she heard me speak. And then after she heard me speak, we met up afterwards. And she goes, you need to come with me to Las Vegas for some training. And so we went to Las Vegas, and I got a big eye-opener because I met all kinds of people that were across the country that were all running.
See, this is what makes me so excited, that there are people like you who have had it, and you have decided, I'm literally going to put it all on the line because I care so much. I'm not doing it for the glory. You've had enough glory in your life. I'm not doing it for the money. You've done well.
Right.
I'm doing it because I really care, and I see horrible things happening to my country, my state, my county, my city, whatever it is. We've got to start stepping up like this. We got to start running for office. We got to start thinking locally, school boards, board of supervisor, water board, things like that. But Rudy Recile, thank you for coming in. I got to get into Bill O'Reilly right now. My apologies. Will you come back again?
I'll come back.
All
Anytime,
right,
just call
awesome.
me.
Bill O'Reilly
I'm
here.
glad we got all your contact information
Thanks, guys.
all the way.
Thanks, guys.
Again, look up, is it Rudy
Rudy for U.S. Congress.
Rudy for U.S. Congress.com.
Yep.
I'm looking at it right now, rudyforuscongress.com. That's his website. And help and follow guys like this. Follow people like this. Just good Americans, patriots who are literally, look how young he is.
Actually, I'm 53.
He worked for the USDA. He worked decades for the U.S. Army. This guy's got a good retirement. He's not doing it for the money. He could be taking it easy. He could be going, yeah, it's about time we're going to buy a fifth wheel. We're going to tour the country, honey.
And I actually resigned from the USDA.
What's it, to do this?
Yes, I'm doing this full time. I resigned from the USDA. I mean, because of the Hatch Act, but I resigned, and I'm not doing anything but this. But I've got 2 501c3s that I'm starting up, and might be starting a third one. 2 of them for veterans. I'm starting a third one for education to help homeschoolers, you know. And I'm doing all these things. Why? Because, like I said in my speech, it's a job interview, you know, and hopefully they'll hire me, you know. So I'm doing this for the people. I mean, that's why you do
Who are you
it.
running against?
I'm running against, it's going to be Jason Paletta, Tamika Hamilton, and Monica London. So,
Okay.
yeah.
This is
and if you don't,
not Yellow County. That's Butte.
no, it's the 3rd district. The 3rd district
Okay.
for California. So
Okay.
that's Solano, Yolo, Lake, Colusa, Sutter counties.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, follow people like this. I'm getting them on anytime I can. I want to help them any way I can. So if you can too, that'd be great. Share his Facebook page, which is just your name on there, right?
Yep.
But you have
It's Rudy for Congress.
He's got two. One's a personal page, and that's got like 500 plus friends on there. But the one that you set up's got an American flag behind him, and his last name is spelled Recile. Recile, and of course Rudy. You got that part down, right? Rudy. See you on the radio.